Warm up in the driveway, and I figured I would go ahead and make a quick video. So for those of you who don't live in the Nashville, Tennessee area, Middle Tennessee area, there is a lot of ice and a lot of snow on the roads. Matter of fact, you can probably see all the ice on my windows, which luckily I thought enough to lift my windshield wipers off the windshield so I didn't freeze to it. But so I'm actually going to go out and try to drive in this stuff because the surge and prime time on Lyft and Uber are insane right now. I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to go slow. I have four-wheel drive, and I'll be driving in snow mode, which basically snow mode, all that is basically putting it in second gear, which basically just gives you more traction and everything. Thank you, Dark Road Run. Good to see you again. I've been seeing you posting videos and stuff. I just haven't had a chance to look at much. Been a little busy, but so it's gonna be what's up, Mike? Are you out? It's a little crazy out there from what I understand. Lyft sent me this thing the other day that wanted to invite me to be part of the Lyft snow team because I have a snow-ready vehicle. And I thought it was pretty funny. Uber sent me a quest this week for, I think, 48 rides for $60 extra or something like that. And then a couple of things below it in the Uber app, it said, the Uber green light hub is closed today due to inclement weather. I thought that was pretty funny. You're in Jamie's. Man, I've been sitting here deliberating about it, and my wife said, you know what, if you don't get out there and go drive and try to do something at least, you're gonna basically sit here and obsess over it if you don't. When she's right, I probably would. So she's absolutely right. But I've got luckily my truck has heated mirrors, heated seats, full defrost, back window defrost, everything. And then it's got this snow mode. It's always on four-wheel drive, always, all-wheel drive, basically. Yeah, I'm just going to basically, and passengers are just going to have to understand. Yeah, exactly. Too cold for Uber, not for drivers, yeah. It's too cold for the people that are in the office. But if you're a driver, by God, you need to get out there. Anyway, but I'm just going to take it easy, and I hope the passengers will be understanding. Another lady on one of my Facebook groups was saying that she had some passengers, and all you got to do is just basically take it easy. They said to try to avoid the interstates. It's hard for me to do that coming in from out of town. But earlier when I turned on my app, I just turned it on out of curiosity, and I got a ping from like 20 minutes away in Fairview, and then another one in Franklin, which is another 20 minutes away, which I probably would have gotten a long trip and all that, but I wasn't ready. I just kind of turned it on. I usually don't get anything when I'm out here, but it was almost instantaneously when I turned on the app, so it means there's almost no drivers out probably. So I got a really good run last night on the way in. I didn't get in until early this morning. Had a really good run from Sylvan Park to the airport, and it was a Lyft Plus. Exactly, I should. They should pay us like a hazard pay or snow surcharge or something like that. But I had a guy that ordered a Lyft Plus, was going to the airport, had some skis, which fit in here, luckily. It was only one guy, so I was able to fold down the rear seat, the third row, and one of the second row seats to accommodate those skis. And it was 100% prime time Lyft Plus, so about a 14-mile ride. He gave me a $13 tip on the app on top of it. Ended up being like a $65 ride. So that was a really good way to end the night. That was my very last trip of the night. I started getting a little bit sleepy, so I was like, nah, I'm not going to risk it. So I came home, got some rest. Now I'm back at it again. There's some huge prime time and surge going on downtown. I know there's an Avenged Sevenfold concert downtown tonight. I don't know if it's been canceled or not. But, sorry, you can hear my wife. It's defrosting a bit on my windshield now. So there's just a thin layer of ice. Luckily, it was not enough ice to cause power outages, which is the biggest concern, in my opinion, in the rural areas especially. When you get that coating of ice on the, is it really? That's good to know. But when you get a really thin coat of ice, even like a quarter of an inch or more on the tree limbs, it starts weighing those tree limbs down. and they start to snap off. And when they start to snap off, sometimes they're near power lines and knock the power lines down, or they'll explode a transformer, etc. So you get a lot of problems with that. I remember going through an ice storm back in Memphis, back in '91 or something, a long time ago. And I remember my mom and my sister and I sitting there late at night while sleet and freezing rain are coming down, and hearing transformers exploding everywhere, and how scary that was. And then the power went out, and we ended up having to go stay with one of my uncles who had like a gas heat, or actually he had a wood burning stove, I think. Thank you, Dark Road Run. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for checking in with me, and thanks for watching for just a few minutes here. I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to check out some more of your videos real soon, I swear. But yeah, we ended up going to my uncle's house, who had a wood-burning stove and a fireplace, because we had gas heat, but the igniter wasn't working because the electricity was off. So that didn't help. So it was pretty interesting there. The power was out actually in really rural Mississippi, like deeper into Mississippi, for like 2 or 3 weeks, I want to say. So it was horrible. But I mean, it's been 20-something years. Hopefully technology has improved by now. One would think if we would just put all of our utilities underground like they do in Europe, we wouldn't have this problem. But anyway, I digress about that. Infrastructure in America is pretty pathetic, really. So anyway, guys, I am still waiting on my car to warm up to sufficient temperature. It's warming up pretty well. I'm just getting this all my heated stuff going here, making sure I get all this ice off of my windshield. I would rather do this first than to go out there and scrape all day, because that's just for the birds. It's still snowing a little bit here. Apparently there's another front coming through that's going to that's not going to impact my house. I'm south of 40, but people north of 40 are going to get another maybe inch or two of snow apparently. So there's still some stuff going on here weather-wise. The problem is the roads are a little wet, and the temperature now outside is below freezing. It's in the 20s, and so overpasses and bridges are going to be really icy. So I'm going to have to really take it easy. If I get a little bit further down the road and I encounter some black ice and I just don't feel like it's safe, I might just turn around and come back. If I could get 1 or 2 really good, nice, decent length surged trips or primetime trips, then I might just call it a night and go home. If I can make a quick $100 in a few hours, I'll call it even and just come home. Otherwise, if it seems like it's okay, especially if it's mostly downtown area runs, then I think things will be okay. I've heard things are dicey out by the airport. There's actually a huge surge going on at the airport, which doesn't happen very often on Uber and Lyft, both. Excuse me. It usually doesn't happen very often, but it is capped at 2 times surge on our airport here in Nashville. So it will show surge, but it never goes above 2.0 on Uber. Now, I don't think Lyft is capped, actually. So it could go higher than, 2.0, which would be basically 100%. Let me see. Let me roll down my window. There's my other vehicle over there. It's a Yukon XL. It's my wife's. In Lebanon, all the side streets are ice. Yikes! That's what I'm afraid of. See, I don't know if you can see that outside. Sorry, guys. The Uber app got jealous that I had YouTube up and didn't have it up, and had to remind me that it was online and ask if I still wanted to stay online. So I don't know if you were able to see that or not. Gamer Z, I can't remember. It's not on there. Okay, Zoo Guy Gamer YT. I don't know if you were able to see that or not, but it's not really too terribly deep here. The snow, about 2 to 3 inches maximum here. I'd say probably actually even less than that. We've only got like 1 inch, maybe 2 inches. But we got a little bit more ice, I think, than the rest, because we're a little bit southerly, and the more southerly you get, the more you tend to get ice, especially in the south. A little bit north of us usually gets all snow, even up into Kentucky, places like that. But around here in Nashville and south of here, Franklin, all those places tend to get a lot of... Oh, my son's outside apparently. He said, look outside. Yeah, he's out there. I can see barely, but he's wanting... I guess he saw us live streaming, so he likes to watch when I live stream, so that's pretty cool. He doesn't know I can't see him barely. This window is kind of iced over pretty bad. Oh, there it goes. Finally broke loose. What's up? I had to defrost the truck, man. Love you too. See you later. Anyway, guys, I'm probably going to get off of here, finish this defrosting job. I might have to break out the scraper, unfortunately. Don't really want to, but if I have to, that's what I'll do. Because it's not really cleaning off that fast, and I want to be able to hit one of these prime times or surge. I've been online this whole time. I'm hoping my radius will keep expanding so that I can get out there and get some stuff. But I'm going to get off of here, guys. If you guys are out driving, please be safe. I would recommend not going over 45 miles an hour. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Try not to go over 45 miles an hour. I don't care if people are riding your ass or whatever. Try not to brake suddenly. Try not to turn suddenly. Try not to accelerate suddenly. Try to avoid big hills, I guess, if that's at all possible. That's one of the things that I'm worried about the most, is having to take somebody up a giant hill. Because I know last night, actually, there was a bachelorette party that I took back to their Airbnb. And it was, if you go around by the Titans Stadium, there's Davidson with 2nd Street, and then you go through 2nd Street, and then you hit Davidson. If you take a left on Davidson, go into East Nashville, there was I think it was 12th Street. That hill, there is no way anybody is getting up or going down that hill today, unless they're going to be on a sled going down. There's no way you're going to get up that hill today. So you would have to pick them up from the other side, from Shelby, I'd imagine, because it just slopes down tremendously going down to the river there towards Davidson Street. So anyway, guys, be safe. Remember to turn into the skid, or basically turn your wheels the direction that the rear end of your vehicle is skidding if you go into a skid, to break out of that skid. Try not to overcorrect, or it'll go spin in the other direction. So that's the simplest thing I can tell you to do. Just keep vigilant, be patient, and take it slow. All right, guys, if you're out there driving, please be safe. I will catch you guys later, and I'll give you a report on this either later if I decide to come back, or tomorrow, or maybe Monday. We'll see. It's supposed to be cold all weekend, so this stuff's going to refreeze, unfortunately. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. If you're out driving, like I said, be careful. Peace out.